Hello friends, welcome to CS Tunes. In our previous video, we have discussed about context-free grammars. Today, we are going to see the reduction of context-free grammars. So, context-free grammars can be reduced using three simple steps. The first step is eliminate any useless symbol. Second step is eliminate unit productions. And third step is eliminate epsilon productions. So, useless symbol can be of two types. It can be a non-generating symbol or it can be a non-reachable symbol. A non-generating symbol is a symbol that cannot lead to a string of terminals. However, a non-reachable symbol is a symbol that cannot be reached from the starting non-terminal. So whenever we are using the term symbol, that means we are talking about a non-terminal. So let's see how we can remove a useless symbol. So let's check this particular grammar is given to us. So this is a context-free grammar which is given to us and we need to eliminate any useless symbol from it. So there are two types of useless symbol. First of all, let's check, is there any non-generating useless symbol? Yes, there is a non-generating useless symbol, that is our B. Because B is a non-terminal that cannot lead to any string of terminals. So using B, there is no productions by which we can have a terminal. That's why B is the non-generating symbol and we can remove B. While removing B, it has to be kept in mind that hello friends, welcome to CS Tunes. In our previous video, we have discussed about context-free grammars. Today, we are going to discuss the reduction of context-free grammars. Context-free grammars can be reduced using three simple steps. First, eliminate useless symbols. Second, eliminate any unit production. And third step is eliminate epsilon productions. Now, useless symbol is of two types, non-generating symbol and non-reachable symbol. A non-generating symbol is a symbol that cannot lead to a string of terminals. However, a non-reachable symbol is a symbol that cannot be reached from the starting non-terminal. Whenever we are talking about a term symbol, that means we are talking about a non-terminal. Now, how to remove a useless symbol? Suppose this is a context-free grammar given to us and we need to check whether there is any non-generating symbol or any non-reachable symbol. And if there is any non-generating or non-reachable symbol, we need to remove it as it is a useless symbol. So in this case, there is one non-generating symbol, that is B. Because using a non-terminal B, we cannot reach any string of terminals. So we have already discussed a symbol that cannot lead to any string of terminals is a non-generating symbol. So in this case, B is non-generating symbol. However, S and A are not non-generating symbol. For example, if we talk about S, so using S, we can reach a terminal, that is A, and using a non-terminal A, we can reach a terminal, that is B. So we are going to eliminate our production which consists of any of the non-reachable or non-generating symbol. So in this case, S tends to AB is a production which is consisting of a non-generating symbol, that is B. So we are going to eliminate this particular production. After removing this production, our context-free grammar is reduced in this way. S tends to A and A tends to B. Because we have removed the production, S tends to AB where B was a non-generating symbol. Now in this particular grammar which is obtained, we are going to check whether there is any non-reachable symbol. So we find that A is a non-reachable symbol because starting from the start symbol S, we cannot reach A. So, as the definition says, if a symbol cannot be reached from starting non-terminal, that means it is a non-reachable symbol. So, our symbol A is a non-reachable symbol. So, we need to remove any production which consists of a non-reachable or non-generating symbols. So, this is a non-reachable symbol. So, we are going to remove this particular production. So the reduced CFG obtained is S tends to A. So this is the final CFG obtained, that is reduced for the given CFG. Now we are going to check how to remove or eliminate the unit production. If we talk about a unit production, so unit production is of this particular form. That means a single non-terminal tends to a single non-terminal. So if we have a non-terminal on the left hand side and a single non-terminal on the right hand side, that means it is our unit production and we need to remove it. But you should keep in mind, a unit production A tends to B can be removed only if there exists a production B tends to alpha, and alpha is a terminal. That means a single non-terminal tends to a single non-terminal can be removed only if there exists a production a single non-terminal tends to a single terminal. In this case, you are going to add a production A tends to alpha to your grammar and remove the production A tends to beta. So it is something like A tends to B, B tends to C, that means A tends to C. So what you are doing, A tends to B and B tends to alpha. So you are adding A tends to alpha to your grammar and you are removing a production A tends to B from your grammar. Let's see an example. In this particular example, a CFG is given to you. Now check how many unit productions are there. So you can see there are 3 unit productions. B tends to C, D tends to E, C tends to D, because these 3 productions have a single non-terminal on the left hand side and single non-terminal on the right hand side also. But E tends to A or A tends to A is not a unit production, because these two productions have a non-terminal on the left hand side but a terminal on the right hand side. So now we have obtained the 3 unit productions. We need to remove these 3. So according to the condition, if B tends to C, then it can be removed only if C tends to some terminal. But since there is no production which can lead C tends to a terminal, that's why we cannot remove B tends to C. Now we are going to check for another unit production, that is D tends to E. For D tends to E, if we check, there is a production E tends to A in our grammar. That means E tends to A means there is a non-terminal which leads to a terminal. So we can easily remove the production D tends to E and we can replace D tends to A into our CFG. So now our new CFG becomes this one, where we have added a new production D tends to A and we have removed a production that was D tends to capital E. Now again check the CFG obtained for any new or any existing unit production. Yes, there are 2 unit production. One is C tends to D and another is B tends to C. So first of all, we will check for C tends to D. For C tends to D, there is also a production that is D tends to A and A is a terminal. So we can remove C tends to D from our CFG and can add C tends to A to the new CFG. So our new CFG will be this one, in which we have added C tends to A and from this CFG we have removed C tends to D. Now for this CFG, again we will check whether there is any other unit production left. Yes, there is a unit production B tends to C. So for B tends to C, we will check there is a production where C tends to A. That means a non-terminal C tends to a terminal A. So we can easily remove B tends to C and we can also add B tends to A. So our new CFG becomes this one where we have added B tends to A and we have removed the production B tends to C. Now if you will check the obtained CFG, there is no other unit production left. But this particular CFG which is obtained to us is not the reduced CFG. As you can see, there are some symbols which are non-reachable or reachable over here. So the two symbols, that is C and E, are non-reachable. So we need to remove these two also in order to obtain the reduced CFG. So we are going to remove these two productions because C and E are non-reachable. So finally we have reduced CFG like this, where we have removed C tends to A and E tends to A, as C and E were non-reachable. Now let's check the third step, that is eliminate epsilon production. So epsilon production means that A tends to epsilon and we can remove any epsilon production from the grammar. But one thing to be noted over here is that epsilon must be removed only from the CFG of the languages that doesn't accept a null string. If the language accepts a null string, you cannot remove the epsilon production from your grammar. So the rule says to remove the epsilon production, replace each occurrence of A in the production by epsilon. So if there is any production which is consisting of A symbol, you are going to replace it with epsilon and put the resultant non-epsilon production also to the grammar and put this non-epsilon production to your grammar. Let's see an example. Suppose this CFG is given to you. In this CFG, you can see that there is a epsilon production, A tends to epsilon. So while putting the value of A on the right hand side of the production, S tends to A, you can obtain a new production as S tends to small a. So since A tends to epsilon is a epsilon production and you can replace epsilon in place of A. So you will achieve S tends to A as a non-epsilon production. After this, you have to put the resultant non-epsilon production also to your grammar. So what you are going to do is write S tends to A as it is. Then S tends to A because you have obtained it after removing your epsilon production. So write S tends to A and then A tends to B will be copied as it is and you will leave A tends to epsilon as you have eliminated the epsilon production. That's all about the reduction of context-free grammars. Thank you for watching our video. In case of any queries, you can leave your comment in the comment section. For more videos, be tuned with CS Tuts. Thank you.